What's up, Investor Nation? We're up here in Newtown, Pennsylvania today with another iFC series. We're taking a modern farmhouse and we're turning it into a modern mansion.
No.
Modern farmhouse. Go again. Take three. What's up, Investor Nation? We're up here in Newtown, Pennsylvania today where we are talking about a rehab project. We're taking an old schoolhouse and we're turning it into a modern mansion. Let's go. We got PB+DC, Mike Hallett, Matt Shapson, stars of the show, baby. Let's go.
All right, so we'll give you a quick rundown of the project we're working on. It's an old stone schoolhouse built in 1860. Owners wanted to keep the original historical charm, then sort of modernize it, expand upon it, but carry off the old aesthetic through the inside. We're gonna go through
Yeah, man,
the
let's go.
exterior
Come
now,
on.
or-
Look at this cool project.
We're in the kitchen, living space. This is all newly built. This is the addition. You can see over here where the existing home was. So here we'll have our kitchen wrap around. The owner wanted a nice view of the outside when they're at the sink. So we'll have the sink centered right here with the big windows, and then the kitchen will carry all the way around through with a nice big island in the middle. For this homeowner, the kitchen was a really important part. Do a lot of cooking. This is where they spend most of their time. So as we work through on the design together, there's a lot of attention put in a functional kitchen for people who really like to cook, but then also have a lot of space for entertaining. So a nice big island with benches, and then a big eating area with table, all here against the natural stone under the bridge. And then transition kind of seamlessly over to a really nice living space with a wood burning fireplace that actually be straight through to the outside. So double-sided wood burning fireplace, kind of a unique touch. So one of the cool elements that the homeowners wanted was to keep a little bit of a time capsule in the house. So they're not touching this bathroom, believe it or not. That's why we have some things covered here, but we're gonna keep the original wallpaper, obviously a new ceiling and lights, but this is the one room in the house that's essentially being untouched.
This was probably a way that they could try to incorporate some form of insulation into an exposed masonry wall that you can feel the drafts at this point here. So what we ended up doing was, as we started doing some more exploratory stuff, because obviously kind of combining the addition, how we incorporate the spaces over essentially an open vestibule, how we tie in the new systems here so that there is a balancing effect, because you don't want to have all new systems in one and then suck all the air out or be inefficient. So we started really diving into some of the weeds here with these things, and we realized that we're going to have to kind of elevate our approach here with how we do our draft stopping and our weatherproofing and things like that. So this was one of the rooms that, believe it or not, was really kind of, I think, updated at one point and turned into kind of a more parlor style feel. A lot of really architectural wood elements. So these are kind of the things that we did, kind of hat in hand with the owners. We went through, we labeled every single piece of wood. We're able to meticulously remove them because they were put up with finish nails, thank God. And we're going to come back through and incorporate our spray foams and things like that. A lot of it, we realized if we only took the drywall part off, we couldn't accurately know what kind of coverage we had for our R values here. So we coordinated with the architects to make sure that we were covering our bases in terms of the R values that the township would approve, would also in turn be comfortable for the homeowners when they move back into this space.
You just heard Mike talk about some of the unforeseen costs that I think you can find in some of these older homes, right? So you just saw this tinfoil. It looks like you cook, your chicken nuggets on its insulation. So you're not going to get your R value. These are all unforeseen costs that not an architect or a builder would first walk it through a building could ever figure out, because the walls are closed. And so when you're doing rehabs, it's great to have spare change, right? Get these pockets, make sure they're not empty, because unforeseen costs come up and you're going to make sure you have a good project. So let's go.
So this is kind of one of the real engineering feats here that we had to do. We had to brace this wall, wet saw and cut out an entire opening, make sure that the elevations were going to work. So we had one step to the bridge that leads over into the master suite.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a quick kind of layout tour of the master suite. So we're upstairs of the finished kitchen space that we saw, downstairs with the fireplace and the big kitchen. We're right above that. So we have two master closets, a his and hers, and then the master bath over here, which I'll walk you in. For this layout, we're gonna do 2 sinks, 2 vanity sinks, a couple of lights above. We have really nice tall ceilings in here. A small knee wall with a glass divider, and that'll walk into an actual wet room. So our shower space and tub is all in one wet space. We'll have a freestanding tub on the one wall, double shower on the other side, and then its own water closet tucked in the corner.
Here we are, we're back outside. One of my favorite parts of the entire house, the master suite deck, and the design elements that did to this deck is incredible. Mike's gonna walk you through the elaborate work.
So this was our first go at something like this. It's I want to kind of say a combination of Amish and Japanese carpentry elements. And the reason I say that is all of this was fabricated in central Pennsylvania outside of Lancaster at a heavy timber frame supplier. The reason I'm saying, you know, Japanese and Amish is because all of it's mounted together with no metal hangers. All of its dowel rods, epoxy, and pressure joints. This was really a cool part. We had some great carpenters here that were able to assemble this as well. A lot of good coordination with the clients, working with our supplier from Lancaster County to make sure everything was showing up on time and within laydown spaces. We do have a tight street to kind of pull off of, a very tight road to bring everything in. So it was really a team effort to bring it together, and I'm really pleased. I know the owners are really satisfied with where we're at, and we can't wait to kind of get the colors put to it and bring it around full circle.
It's freezing in here, man. Not only are we in Pennsylvania in April, but filming with this guy, man.